Hi, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures. Today's video is going to be talking about the three new Hot Toy figures that just were announced, and as you can see, it is all about the new TV show on Netflix, K-Pop Demon Hunter, and they made the three main characters. So this is going to be a pretty hard video to do due to the fact that I haven't watched this show. I do not know much about this show, and also I must say that it's not one of my interests. So guess from that you're going to figure out that I'm not going to be purchasing these figures. So anyway, it is something that feels a bit funny to do, and let's jump into it. So we have Rumi, we have Zoey, and we have Mira. So the first time I heard about this TV show was I was listening to a podcast of what's her name, Katie Sackhoff, and she was talking that she liked this show and she was watching it with her daughter. Now, my daughter is more into Peppa Pig, and that's about it because she's still very young, so this is not something for straight away. So, now that we got this out, I wanted to show some of the pictures that Hot Toys did as a group. Now, the figures themselves look kind of okay. I did see a lot of people complaining about the eyes. That's the eyes or some of the looks of the figures don't really look like the cartoon. Again, this is not something that I cannot really judge by because I haven't seen it. But I must say I do like the looks and certain items that are given with the figures. I like the little Captain Noodles over here. This is something of pretty interesting. I'm going to dive into also my thoughts about some of the equipment here and some of the scary parts that I'm already seeing. So of course here we have them. I guess this must be them on the stage. So yeah, as you can see, shameless body. So this is something that is always a big worry, and we're going to be having a look at all of that. So I'm going to start by Rumi. So yeah, she looks kind of interesting. The reason I took this picture, as you can see already, the crease over here, this is something that is definitely worrying in the question of aging when you're looking at the general figure itself. These seamless bodies seem to be doing pretty good, the effect, and seem to be pretty flexible. But again, I haven't had the occasion to have one in hand, so I cannot really say how good they are. But it seems interesting. The fact that they wanted to go with plastic with the head does make sense because this is all wired up and you can start moving it around. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. The figure itself looks pretty cool. And I think this was the figure that they were complaining about the eyes and the look of the face of the figure looked a bit weird. So there were some more pictures of her posing, and as I said, there's certain parts about this figure who are really worrying me due to the fact that when I'm looking at the outfits, and you know that they put all these little pieces of plastic so that all of this doesn't detain, or the taint doesn't go onto the skin. And this is something that is worrying me a lot, is the fact that I believe that those parts over here, or these, may give some kind of taint or maybe marking the body. So this is something that you may want to have to watch out on these figures. So as you can see, this is they're talking about the braided and embedded with bendable wire. So yeah, that's the hair. Does make sense. And of course, this is something that is kind of scary because they have the separate rolling eyeballs. Now, when you see the size of the figure itself and the eyes, also the size of the eyes, this is going to be a big mechanism. And they seem to be saying that there's some interchangeable portraits that you can use, and currently they're not being shown. So this is something that I guess we will have to look out when they're going to be showing them. As soon as we have the general picture, I'll be able to show it to you. But as you can see, there's pretty well detailed. Again, is it accurate at 100%? Didn't see any comments saying that it was not. So yeah, it looks interesting for this kind of figure, and this is what I'm saying. they're talking about an interchangeable face sculpt. Now, I'm kind of wondering if they're going on this, the people who know the myth cloths from Senseiya, Bandai has this kind of swapping heads, so I don't know how it's going to work. And if the faceplate comes off, well, it looks to be the whole part of the face. So how's that going to work with the rolling eyeballs? I have no idea, and this is something that may be a big issue. I do like the fact that you have the backdrop over here. This is something that I think Hot Toys should be putting a bit more onto it. There's a few extra little parts, and I guess cell phone must be important. Of course, the mic if they're singing. So yeah, I do think that the figure itself could be very interesting if you're a fan of it, and this is why I think that Hot Toys is doing a good job by going to see other franchises. Now, moving to Zoey, so again, the same issue over here. As you can see over here, the seamless body will be having always this kind of problems with the articulations around the wrist. This is wherefore, I guess, when you have little accessories to cover it, it's going to look way better. And be kind of curious to see what kind of material it is and how it's going to age. And on this figure, I do see a huge issue with the fabric over here, and this looks to be plastic. So this definitely, I would like to see how this is going to age and if this is not going to leave any marking on the figure itself. When I'm looking at the head, this kind of reminds me some Disney princesses or some other characters from the Disney. So yeah, again, she seems to have some kind of transparent darts over here. I guess this is to kill off the demons. So yeah, the figure itself looks okay and has a funny face, and she looks pretty charming. So again, like I said, I cannot really speak about it, but this the marking around here, this is going to easily have it's going to be tainted problems. I have it with some other figures. I'll be doing a video about it. You will see that you have some black marks, and those black marks do not come off, or the marks that you have from it do not come out. So again, same problem with the seamless bodies. These dynamic poses, are they going to hold? Is it going to be something that's going to work over time? Is there no wrinkles and nothing that can break? But as you can see over here, this looks very plasticky, so I don't know how it works. Can it be removed, not removed? This is something that's going to be interesting if people are going to break them down and sell them as parts on eBay. But as you can see over here, there's plastic. Depending if you're going to move the abdominal part over here, is it going to scratch, not going to scratch? Yeah, this is all something that is questionable on this behalf. So of course we also go to the separate eyeballs over here, and of course here you can really see that there looks to be some fabric over here, but this looks to be very plasticky. This also seems to be plastic, so I don't know to which extent and where you're going to have, but this over here, it's a no-brainer. This is going to stain the body easily. So here you have the full of what you get in this box. You get, of course, the hands, also this backdrop. You have some other little accessories over here. A phone seems to be very important. To do some selfies and others. Interchangeable faceplate. Again, yeah, I guess they will be showing more, but as I said, I would be really curious to see how it works, and is it going to work like this Senseiya figures. Now to the last Demon Hunter, and this is Mira. So of course, as you can see, she does have also some, this looks to be this kind of glass, so I guess it must be some kind of super powered weapon that they have to go and kill demon hunters. Again, how is this material going to age? Because this looks like some kind of fake leather. Same goes for her little robe over there, or skirt, a mini skirt, which should be more accurate. Head sculpt looks interesting due to the fact that she has really this manga look to the characters, so maybe it would be interesting to see if you want to do some custom figures. But she does seem to have a bit of a mean face, so I don't know if she's the mean girl of the group. So over here, this is what I was saying before regarding this material. How is it going to age? Is it going to age properly? Is it real leather? And also, is this going to taint the body of the figure? Because this is going to be a huge, huge issue. I do like the head sculpt. This reminds me a lot of the video games that I was playing growing up, like King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, also, of course, Street Fighter. So yeah, this really makes me think about some of the characters from those video games. But I really like the idea. The head sculpt looks pretty neat. And then again, the question is, can you remove most of the outfit without damaging the body, and should be able to use her to do some kind of kit bash? Could be something of interesting to see. Over here you can see this looks like leather, but is it really leather? Is it this fake leather again? This is something that needs to be checked out. And like I said, I'm seeing all this over here, and this speaks to me as going to be a disaster, and it's going to be losing some color, and it's going to taint the body. So that's something I'd be really curious to see on how well these will age. Also over here, due to the fact that you have a little pointed part, this I believe is going to be, you will have to really watch out how you're going to pose this, because if this hits or goes into the soft skin of the seamless body, this could be very problematic on that behalf. So of course, like all the two other ones, she will have an interchangeable face sculpt. Again, I really would be interested to see how it works. And if it works well, maybe they should imply it for Marvel, maybe for Star Wars, to be able to get a bit more some facial expressions. Also, if you could change completely the face and have a different expression, or maybe a different color of hair, this could be also interesting if you want to army build. So yeah, this is something I'm really, really curious to see about. So I know this is not the normal kind of review about these figures. Like I said, don't know much about it. So let me know in the comment section. Have you watched this show? Do you like it? Is it something that you're planning to buy? Let's start a conversation around these figures. And until then, I will be seeing you in my next video. And also, don't forget to go and check out my Facebook page or Instagram page. I'll be uploading some pictures. I have some clone troopers coming up for a future review, so don't miss out on anything. So subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment. Until then, I wish you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!